Every year is Samsung versus Apple. Although Samsung makes a lot of iPhone parts, they're still bitter rivals that takes their issues to the courtroom. So here we are with the latest battle. iPhone 7 versus the Galaxy S7 Edge. Which device has the edge over the competition? I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja, and let's find out. On paper, there's really no comparison between the iPhone 7 and Samsung's latest S device. Samsung packs a ton of specs in their phones and usually pushes the envelopes when it comes to these specs. Apple, not so much. But what Apple does, they give you a solid and balanced user experience, and they refine what makes the iPhone great. You find users with iPhones who have kept their phone for more than 2 years because it just works. When you have both devices in the hand, they feel very similar. Now, I'm not sure if that's by design or not. The S7 is actually an overall smaller device, and it does have a higher screen to body ratio. The S7 comes in at 5.94 by 2.86 by 0.30, and it weighs 5.04 ounces, while the iPhone, on the other hand, is 6.23 by 3.07 by 0.29, and it weighs in at 6.63 ounces. The iPhone is made from a metal build, while the S7 is made from glass on both sides. The iPhone will dent when you drop it on its back, but you should be okay, but the S7 will shatter. And also the S7 is heavy on the fingerprints since it's glass, and the iPhone, depending on the material or the color, does really great on fingerprints. Now this matte black is okay on fingerprints, but I do find myself wiping it down. Regardless, D-brand skins are here to save the day again from fingerprints and smudges. And you also can give it a new design too. So hit the links down below, pick yourself up a D-brand for whatever device you have. The speakers on the S7 are weak. It's actually worse than the S6, which is disappointing as Apple upgraded their speakers to a stereo speaker system. The iPhone stereo speakers aren't the best, but they do sound really good. It gets plenty loud and it does stay crisp. Both devices sport water resistance, but the key difference is just in one number. The iPhone is IP67 while the S7 is IP68. That extra number allows for complete submersion for a deeper and longer time. Meaning, and I've done this, I took my S7 swimming before and I used it as an underwater camera. I had no worries that it would damage the phone. However, on the iPhone, I may be able to do that, but I definitely wouldn't try it. The iPhone rating is made for light drops and puddles, not going swimming in pools. The Fingerprint Scanner is better on the iPhone. It's always been better than Samsung's in my opinion. The S7 scanner is fast, but you need to wake the device first for it to work, thus making it take longer. The iPhone, you just tap the home button and you're in, no matter what you're doing. It's simple. The screen on the iPhone looks great. The colors are crisp, clean, and the technology is just old. And it's really showing its age, especially when you're watching content on YouTube, like this amazing video in 4K. The device can only play it back in 1080p, so you're actually losing some quality. The S7 AMOLED tech is great. It lets you rock an always-on display, and it takes very little battery. It's also 1440p resolution, so it's crisp and clear. Now, speaking of battery life, the iPhone comes with a pretty small battery at 2900 milliamps, but the way the iPhone uses battery is different than Android, so size does not really matter. Ladies, stop worrying about that. You hear that? But in real world performance, I'm getting more than a day. I'm actually getting a full day and then some with some pretty heavy usage. On the S7 Edge, you do have a 3600 milliamp, but if I don't charge it overnight, I will be reaching for my charger a bit faster than I would with the iPhone. Apple is using the A10 Fusion, and Samsung is rocking the Snapdragon 820 here in the US. I wish there was a direct comparison, but the OS differences is tough to really compare as they both handle background tasks differently. So I'll just launch a few of the same apps, and from here, I'll let you determine what you think. Regardless, both devices are quick and they are at the top of the class of smartphones. The camera on the iPhone is a dual 12 megapixel camera, so you have one at 28mm f1.8 with OIS, and the second is a 56mm, which is a telephoto lens at 2.8. This also lets you do 2x optical zoom for taking photos, and in practice, it's great. It's something I wish other phone companies would do, and you can zoom in without losing any quality, which is pretty cool. The front-facing camera is a 7 megapixel camera at f2.2 32mm. The S7 gives you just a single 12 megapixel camera at f1.7 and a wider 26mm with OIS. The front-facing camera is 5 megapixels f1.7 and it does 22mm. Now the S7 does give you manual controls, which the iPhone does not, meaning you can really dial in and get the shot you're actually looking for. You're not relying on the software to determine everything. You can actually dig in yourself and make the adjustments, which is clutch. Now, as far as camera quality, I really think the S7 is an overall better camera when it comes to software and also performance. It does better at low light, dynamic range, and just overall image clarity. Not to take anything away from the iPhone, but the S7 is arguably the best camera on any phone. So overall, guys, I want to know who wins. I think most of you guys have your own answer before watching this video, but in my opinion, if you have a Mac or iPad, the iPhone is a better overall phone for you because you're already in that ecosystem. There is no reason to jump out of the ecosystem you're currently in, and Apple does a great job at locking you in their system. I will be the first to admit it, but you know what? Like, that's the objective of a company, to make it hard to leave and buy something else. Continuity and just the way things sync up together is amazing, especially with Mac OS just coming out. However, if you're looking for a change or you are OS agnostic, the S7 Edge is a stunning phone. It does everything with great ease and it looks fantastic while doing it. The S7 Edge to me is my pick for probably one of the best phones of 2016. I would have given it to the Note 7, but as we all know, that was a very explosive phone. I'm sorry for doing a low blow at the phone. But anyways, guys, I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. Let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit subscribe. And I'll talk to you folks later. Peace.